All right, everybody, this is Dr. Ryan Sousley, and this is the final step in the 6 steps to hormone balance. We've had so much fun doing this video series. Hopefully you've learned a lot. If you missed the first 5 steps, you missed a lot of really good information. In the first step, we went through weight loss. In the second step, we talked a lot about hormone balance and addressing female issues that are so common. In the third step, we talked about how to maximize your exercise and your workouts. In the fourth step, we talked about how to reverse and even prevent certain types of cancer. And in the last step, we talked about how to get through menopause without hating your life. And in the 6th and final step, we're going to talk about a really touchy topic called depression, and how balancing your hormones naturally can actually reverse and really help people with depression. So stay tuned. So in this final step, we're going to talk about an issue that so many Americans deal with today, and it's depression. And the first thing that I want to say to you is that pharmaceutical companies for decades have been feeding Americans this lie that depression is because of a chemical imbalance that you can't do anything about. And that dogma has been propagated through false research and false statistics for years and years and years. And that does not mean that depression is not a very real thing. If you have depression, you know that it absolutely is. But what I'm here to tell you today is that there are ways that we can live our lives, and certain things that we can do, certain ways we can exercise, and things we can eat, and supplements that we can take to really help with that. And so that's my job today. You're going to discover those things. And so the first thing that we're going to talk about is exercise. As you well know, you never get done with a workout and feel really bad about yourself. You always feel really good about yourself because, not just because you feel accomplished, but because your body also releases endorphins, which really make you feel good. The other thing that happens is when you do a certain type of exercise, like interval training, which is what we talked about in episode number 3, your body releases human growth hormone and testosterone, which actually causes cortisol to be lowered in your body. And cortisol, if you remember, is your body's stress hormone. So do you think you'd be more or less depressed with less stress hormone in your body? Of course. So the second step in this process is one of the most difficult, and that's to actually address the source of stress in your life. And what that means is you got to identify what's causing you to be depressed, whether it's a limiting belief or something you're hanging on to from your past, unforgiveness, fear of something, whatever it is. I'm not saying that that's easy. It's very difficult, but you have to address that. Otherwise, all this other stuff that I'm giving you is really just symptom relief. Moving on to step number 3, this is, again, something that I've said in multiple of the 6 steps, and that is to remove sugar from your body. But the way that sugar impacts your mood and depression is it raises your insulin levels, and it causes you to become insulin resistant, which really throws off your body's ability to regulate your hormones. And when your hormones are way off, it does mess with your brain chemistry. It does alter your mood and your state. The fourth thing is you got to be taking enough essential fats. And most Americans, I've helped patients for years track their caloric intake, and then we decide, or we look at and evaluate, how many carbohydrates versus fat versus protein that they're eating. Most Americans are under fattened, which basically means they're not eating nearly enough good healthy fats. And I don't mean the trans fats that you get from Lay's potato chips. I mean really good healthy fats like omega-3s, omega-6s, 9s that you get from fish, grass-fed beef, flaxseed, hemp seed, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado, coconut, things like that. And research shows that when you have enough of those good healthy essential fats, especially omega-3s, that it really helps your brain regulate the right hormones to decrease a depressive state. And then the last thing is, again, something that I've mentioned time and time again, and it's vitamin D3. And we all know that vitamin D3 is something that our body makes when we're exposed to sunlight. However, most Americans are really deficient in vitamin D3. That's why I have almost all of my practice members supplement with a vitamin D3 supplement. And it's really simple, it's really cost effective, but research shows that if you're vitamin D3 deficient, you're 11 times more likely to be depressed. And so that's something simple that you could just start doing right away. So hopefully this series has been helpful for you guys. Remember that there's 6 steps in the series, and so if you've missed any of the previous steps, I just want to encourage you, click the link below, and that's going to get you subscribed to our YouTube channel. It's going to give you access to a lot of free content, primarily the rest of the 6 steps. and can't wait to give you more great stuff in the future.